Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on. Turn it on, sing your song, and it won't be long till the boys bring it on. Bring it on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bring it on.
Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports. Welcome to North Brisbane Speedway. Well, the highly successful Australian Speedway Centenary. Staged here is now behind us. You've seen all the action on Fox Sports in recent weeks. Tonight, Rod Cullen, we turn our attention to the opening round of the Australian Championship.
Yeah, this shapes as an absolute belter, Dave. One of the strongest Australian title fields for many, many years. And as we can see by the lineup, just depth right through it.
Icon suspension once again, the naming rights partner. It's a terrific field. We welcome the defending champion Jack Holderback, recovering from a very serious hand injury that saw him, as well as a couple of other reasons, miss the Australian Speedway Centenary. But he means business. It'll be interesting to see how he goes tonight. He's not been on the bike for a while.
It will be difficult for Jack to do what he did last year, given that he hasn't been on a bike for a while, as you say. But he loves this track. He's very fast, and as we know, an incredibly determined young man.
So we pick up our highlights package from heat number 10. So this is the third round of qualifying heats. You've seen the field: Keenan Rue, James Pearson, Josh Pickering and Chris Holder. Of course, the latter, in the yellow helmet colour, Chris Holder, has won the Australian Championship 5 times. Underway, Rue on the inside, the former national under-21 champion. Good start by him, and he is being hassled by Josh Pickering, or he was for a little while anyway. And as you can see, they are racing hard up front. Pearson has done a great job and goes to the lead.
He has. Pearson looking very, very sharp. Looks like Josh Pickering in the white helmet colour, extremely quick, giving Chris Holder a very hard time early on.
Holder in second spot. He's done well to be handily positioned early in this one. Down the main straight they come. Good racing here. Heat number 10, and the youngster James Pearson is saying, catch me if you can, fellas. Holder has been passed on the outside by Pickering.
Gee, nice move from Pickering there. Went past Holder down the back straight, and then, as I say in the classics, dropped it on him, so to speak. Took the tight line. Chris couldn't do anything about it, but young Pearson, the Sydney sider, out in front on fire. Pickering and Holder still going at it.
Of course, Pearson has done some laps around here in the last week or so, being included in the Australian Speedway Centenary, and it showed. Look at him. He's pumped. He got the 3 points in heat number 10.
Took some big scalps there, a former world champion, and also Josh Pickering, probably the hardest racer in Australia, along with Rowan Tungate. So Pearson, Pickering, Holder and Rue.
Yeah, you're a fan of Pickering, and understandably so. He's a charger. So, now the Serco race recap.
Yeah,
Heat number 10.
Yeah, Keenan Rue got a really good start there. Unfortunately for him, down the back straight just got swamped, and it was Pearson who picked up the dirt and rushed by the whole field.
Indeed, he was up high on the track chasing the dirt. You can see Holder there involved in an intense battle with Pickering. And have a look at this for a celebration. Gives it a fistful of throttle. Big moment for him. We now advance to heat number 11. In our highlights package, opening round of the Icon Suspension Australian Championship. Red helmet colour, Sam Masters. Blue, Rowan Tungate. White, Max Frick. Yellow, Brady Kurtz. This is a wonderful field.
It is, and 4 Australian champions. All 4 have been crowned Australian champion at some time during their careers, so plenty to play for here.
So 3 of them New South Welshmen. Max Frick. Of course, a Victorian. Max in the white helmet colour. Second from the outside. Tapes in the air, good even start over on the inside. Masters got away nicely. Unfortunately, he got a bit untidy there. He opened the door and you can see that Rowan Tungate has charged through to take the lead.
Yeah, Sam squared that corner. Whoa. Big manoeuvre there from Brady Kurtz. Almost got off the bike. Sam Masters tried to square that corner but got too straight. Ran himself out of room, ran straight off the line, almost went over the infield, to be honest with you, but he got away with it. But out in front, Rowan Tungate, the flying man from the Curry area of New South Wales.
Yeah, Masters not that far away. Third and best of the rest is Max Frick and tailed off is Brady Kurtz. So Masters, he's got a bit of momentum here, but whether he can get the job done inside the distance remains to be seen.
I'll tell you what, Max Frick's got a problem here. A big problem, because Brady Kurtz has got it wound up on the outside, and he's one man you don't want to get into a battle with because he's tough as teak.
So, final quarter coming up. And good ride, Rowan Tungate. Masters managed to fight hard and maintain second place. Kurtz got the advantage over Max Frick on the last lap, so Max won't be happy with that. The 3 times national champion.
No, this track's interesting, Dave, because it offers multiple racing lines and it's easy to try and defend your position as opposed to attack. I've seen a number of riders doing it so far tonight. It's very tricky. You see here, Masters just squared that corner, caught the inside, shot himself straight out towards the fence. Rowan Tungate only needed one opportunity to go through and did it.
Ooh, you can see there. Brady Kurtz got very crossed up, as that replay package showed, but still did enough to finish in front of Max Frick. So heat 12 now, the conclusion of round 3 of heats. Holder, Cook, West and Bowes.
Yeah, Jack Holder, reigning Australian champion. Michael West, the reigning Australian under-21 champion.
Fraser Bowes, the reigning Victorian champion.
Yeah, nice young fella too, Fraser Bowes, son of Shane Bowes, who was a very good rider during the 80s and into the early 90s, I would suggest. Yeah, so quality field once again.
Well, he's a third generation because Shane's dad, Len, a fairly iconic figure in South Australian Speedway too.
Absolutely.
So let's see how young Bowes goes in the predominantly white Kevlars on the outside, yellow helmet colour. Jack Holder, many eyes here are glued upon him. Was arguably Australia's best rider on the world scene in 2023, and he leads them. Storming into second spot is Zach Cook. He now runs up a little high, and that gave Bowes a chance.
Yeah, Zach Cook out of Cowra in New South Wales, had a really good season in Europe in 2023, has laid a platform for a good career going forward, but Jack Holder, as expected and hoped by, certainly by his crew, he's out in front. I'll tell you what, Zach Cook not going slow at all.
Yeah, Jack sustaining a very serious hand injury whilst competing in the final of the World Team Cup. It really ruined the back end of his season. And he was on fire that day prior to the injury being sustained. So Jack Holder, reigning national champion, is your leader. Zach Cook is tidy in second place. That's the way they're going to finish in heat race number 12. Down the main straight, Jack takes it. Then it was Zach Cook. And confirming the placings now, Fraser Bowes got the 1 point in third. You're watching highlights of the Icon Suspension Australian Championship.
Yeah, a bit of relief there for Jack Holder, no doubt, winning that race. And I would say in semi-convincing fashion as well. He did a great job. Zach Cook looked sharp. He looked really sharp, actually. A good young guy and a good rider. But yeah, Jack Holder, great first turn and off he went.
Bowes was fast early. He looks like he's got the eye of the tiger tonight, Bowes. He's certainly charging. But Holder was too good for them. So let's recap it. The progress point score after 3 rounds or 12 heats. Tungate, Jamin Lindsay equal on 8. Pickering, Holder and Pearson on 7. Then Chris Holder on 6. Let's head downstairs.
Thank you, David. Yeah, I'm looking here, scanning the pits here. And I'm just going to get over here and see if I can get a word with Max Fricks. I'll let you sit there if you don't mind, but I'll come to you. So that heat number 11 was very challenging for you. You looked like you did everything you could.
Yeah, to be honest, I probably wasn't riding exactly the right lines and made a few changes to the bike, which didn't feel that great. So we'll go back, see what we can fix that and improve on the next couple.
So basically, you made some changes and now you're going to go back. So you were chasing something, thinking?
Yeah, more or less, just trying to change some things, chasing a little bit more speed, but that one didn't work out for us, so we'll go back to where we were and go the other way.
No panic yet?
Not yet.
Well done, Sandra Nalico, former world champion, working with us. So now the commencement of round 4. Rod, the format different here tonight. We should explain that. as opposed to what we saw in the Australian Speedway Centenary.
Yes, Dave. The top 8 will be divided into 2 semi-finals. 1, 3, 5 and 7 will enter one semi. 2, 4, 6 and 8 into another, with the highest point scorers getting gate preference. And then the top 2 from each semi will progress to the final.
Thank you for that. So Fraser Bowes, Keenan Rue, Brady Kurtz, Ben Cook ride in red, blue, white and yellow respectively. Healthy crowd in tonight at the North Brisbane venue. Fraser Bowes closest to camera. Underway, tapes in the air, and Bowes, good start, immediately passed on the outside by Keelan Rue, who is looking the goods here tonight. Ben Cook is showing speed too in the yellow helmet colour. He consolidates second, and out the back now is Fraser Bowes.
Wow, Fraser Bowes will be kicking himself. He just messed that turn up on the exit. But as you say, Keenan Rue looking very sharp out in front. Gee, I tell you what, he gets the thing wound up, old Keenan. He goes well.
Yep. We saw flashes of brilliance from Keenan in the Australian Speedway Centenary. Tonight, in the Australian Championship, he's more consistently fast so far in the event. You're looking at the leading riders exiting turn number 4. They have spread out somewhat in this one.
Yeah, Ben Cook in second, the brother of Zach Cook, who we saw in our previous heat. I'll tell you what, that's the first time Keenan Rue's been called old. I just called him old. He's early 20s.
Yeah, that is funny. Across the line, Keenan Rue got the maximum 3 points in heat race number 13. Ben Cook 2, Brady Kurtz 1. Fraser Bowes will be disappointed with that from gate number 1. He did get away okay, but it all went wrong after turn 1.
He did. He gets that corner a little bit out of shape. He tries to square it a little bit. Just have a look here on our replay. This will be important because Fraser got a great jump. He'd have seen gold here. You just see him as he gets through the middle of the turn. He just gets a little bit funny here. His leg gets caught, gets out of shape, almost ducks it down, and that costs him all momentum. He'll be absolutely livid with himself.
Yeah, that's right. Well called. So across the line, and Keenan Rue, former national under-21 title holder, producing the goods thus far this evening. The Icon Suspension National Championship. What wonderful supporters of the sport Icon Suspension have proven to be. Chris Holder red, Jack Holder blue, Sam Masters white, Tate Ziske yellow. Don't underestimate the youngster on the outside on the yellow helmet colour. So Chris and Jack, they'll enjoy this.
They will.
Brothers.
The interesting thing for someone like Tate Ziske is when you're in a meeting like this, you look around the pits, you can't see where your next point's going to come from. So you got to make it happen. It's not going to come to you. They're just so hard.
Yeah, I think he's got the right mindset,
He has.
right approach. So
He has. He's a really, really enthusiastic and skillful young fella.
just loves his racing. Wants to be a speedway rider, which of course he is.
Absolutely.
So Holder, Chris that is, on the inside. Away, nice even start as the tapes rose. Chris, the 2012 world champion, has taken the lead. Jack was second, but he's been swamped on the inside. This time we can see Sam Masters, ultra aggressive. The Novocastrian involved in a great battle with Jack Holder, who comes back on the
Oh,
inside.
yeah, tight stuff there, yeah. Sam did a nice cut back on turns 1 and 2. Jack will not be happy with this. He probably needs to get some, well, everyone needs to get some points, but he'd be desperate to get some points.
Turn 1, track chopping up a little bit. It's causing a few headaches for the boys, but it's part and parcel of it. Down the back straight, you're watching the battle for second and third. Chris Holder is gone. Obviously, Tate Ziske has had an issue dropping the bike, but he's A-OK. The referee has thrown the reds on, though, as a precaution.
Yeah, he came in a little bit hot there, Tate, and rode out, hit the air fence, got up straight away, tried to get off the track, but couldn't do it.
There it is in the background.
Just seeing the background there, yeah.
Yep.
Come in a bit hot.
Air fence in place. Different angle for you. So the race was not declared. Referee opting to rerun the event. So rerun heat number 14. Chris Holder red, Jack blue. Repeating, Sam Masters white.
Yeah, and how often do these go wrong for the guy that was leading before the restart?
Yep, now Ziske won't be there. He'll be excluded because he'll be deemed the cause of the accident or the stoppage.
Yeah, that's right. 90% of the time, the the rider that was leading when it got restarted doesn't win, which is a shame. But well, let's hope it's a different story here for Chris Holder.
Let's go, boys. Chris Holder again gates nicely on the inside. It's a carbon copy. Jack bounces straight into second spot. And as was the case earlier, Masters giving Jack Holder some cheek. Here they come now.
I'll tell you what, Masters has taken the angry pills here today. He's all over Jack.
Probably a bit frustrated with the way things have gone in his down under campaign thus far. Has had issues with getting hold of his own equipment. Look at this, Chris Holder looking superb out there at the moment.
Yeah, lovely fella. And we say it many times, Dave, how nice the Speedway riders are in general. There's good people, but gee, Chris Holder, for someone that's done what he's done, isn't he just the most lovely, level-headed fella?
Yep, good knockabout bloke. Enjoys what he does. Enjoys the people he surrounds himself with. Great family. So Chris down the back straight. Jack trying hard in second, but the proverbial bird has flown. And Chris takes the 3 points off turn number 4. He's looking really good in that race, Chris.
He
Looking
was.
genuinely fast.
He was really fast. Holder first, Jack Holder second, Sam Masters third, and Tate Sitsky excluded, as we saw earlier.
So Heat 15 will be next up after the rerun of Heat 14. Here's the recap for Serco.
Yeah, the slight hard luck story there for Sam Masters. He wasn't able to pull off that cutback that he did on the first occasion. He got stuck out in the deep stuff. It didn't work for him as Chris and Jack went into battle. I'll tell you what, Chris asserted his authority early and was never in danger.
Yep, it was a carbon copy of the initial start to that race. Chris certainly dominant on both occasions. Now it's Heat 15. Lindsay, winner of the Australian Speedway Centenary. Max Frick, Michael West, and James Pearson, who was ultra impressive in his previous heat ride. Keep your eyes on him, yellow helmet colour on the outside.
And the man under pressure here is Max Frick, coming off a last in his previous ride, which is highly unusual for someone of his skill level in the sport.
This race presented by the Landscaping Yard and Hardware. Brett at the helm of that company. Great person, great supporter of the sport in general, but particularly here at North Brisbane. Have a look at this, will you? Max Frick up on the inside of Jamin Lindsay. Lindsay got a little bit out of shape there.
He did. Maxie Frick took him to school there. That was a big move.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it.
Wow.
They spread out once again in this. Michael West is third. And Pearson, talk about a contrast. He won his last race. This time he's out the back.
Yeah, it's not a problem, but the track throws up a big roost too. There's a lot of dirt flying off the back wheel. If you get behind, if you're going to go around someone, you've got to do it real quick. You can't get stuck behind them because you're covered in dirt. You can't see. You're pulling tear-offs. You're all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. And as I pointed out, a couple of little ruts here and there. It's separating the men from the boys. Max Frick, he was relaxed in that interview with Sam Malenko after coming up with no points in his previous ride. And he had every reason to be. He knows exactly what he's doing. Bounces back and then some in Heat 15. 3 points to Max. Lindsay 2, Michael West 1.
Yeah, James Pearson, as you say there, Dave, it's gone from a win to a last. Max from a last to a win. That's the beauty of this track. It just throws up all sorts of results that you just cannot expect.
Yep, Pearson went from hero to zero and Max went 0 to hero.
Well, this will be worth watching here because the young buck, Jamin Lindsay, gets out in front and Max Frick says, okay, mate, I'll just show you. I'll show you how to do this. Wow, straight through there, no gap at all.
Looked good, didn't it? So Max powering off turn 4 on that replay. Great ride. Letting the opposition know that he is here to win his 4th Australian Championship. Of course, this is the first round of 5. But what better way to start than winning the opening round if you can?
Rowan Tungate in red, Ryan Douglas in blue, Zach Cook in white, and Josh Pickering in yellow. And Josh Pickering, he will chase these guys down if they get out of the start. Action man, they call him.
So Tungate on camera, never to be underestimated. We called him a bulldog on last week's show. He certainly is every bit of that. Douglas outstanding around here. Zach Cook, Pickering. Let's see. The 500cc bikes rev. Tungate away well, and so too Ryan Douglas. They're side by side through turns 1 and 2. Tungate has got the advantage though. He shakes off the challenge of Ryan Douglas, and now storming up on the inside in a bold move is Josh Pickering, as predicted by Rod Colquhoun.
Yeah, doesn't he hang off at Josh Pickering? That was a really nice ride there to go past Ryan Douglas, I might add, who is lightning fast around here, and Rowan Tungate putting down a marker, flying.
Yes, he's well clear now. Pickering in second. And that's probably the way they're going to finish in this one, I feel. No imminent challenges anywhere. Across the line goes Rowan Tungate. 1 to go. The man with the red helmet colour is putting on a clinic here.
Absolutely is. Pickering still in second, and Ryan Douglas going to try a last-ditch effort. Don't think he'll get there. Really good ride from Rowan Tungate.
Tungate looks over the left shoulder. No need to. You need binoculars to see anybody, Rowan. A big win. 3 points. 2 to Pickering, 1 to Douglas. Zach Cook out the back. We'll check that out again. The highlights for Serco.
Yeah, the important thing to note here in this Australian title format is every point from every race accumulates across the championship. So it's not like there's a final and everything's disregarded up until the final. Every race is critical.
Yep.
So these heat wins by Tungate and that loss by Frick, that could be critical in the scheme of things.
We should also point out for the uninitiated perhaps watching that in real terms, this is the start of a World Championship qualification too.
Correct, it is. You have riders who are already in the World Championship system, and you have riders who desire to get into it. In order to get one of those qualifying positions, you have to finish well in this Australian Championship.
So Tungate leads by 1 point in advance of Jamin Lindsay, then 3 riders on 9. Down to Sam.
Darcy, this is incredible. The whole thing, I remember last year working with you. It's just done itself again, hasn't it? It's so much better.
Yeah, for sure. It's always nice to come back for the big meetings during the summer when all the big boys are home, and try to put on a show. So a lot of work and hard work goes into it, like my whole crew. I'm kind of just the organizer and that with people, but the crew and my mates and family out here putting the venue together and everything, the production and everything is it's all about them. They're the backbone of me, so I'm very thankful.
It's been great how the weather's just avoided you, hasn't it? I mean, how could it have been with the big rains? But we've missed all that, haven't we?
Yeah, so lucky what do you say about that? I mean, thanks to the man above, but it's kept some moisture in the track for tonight, so you can see the moisture's really pulling it out tonight.
So good to have you with us. Highlights of the opening round of the Icon Suspension Australian Speedway Championship coming to you from North Brisbane Speedway. 4 heats completed, or rather 4 rounds of heats completed, I meant to say. So the commencement of round 5 now, Rod, with heat 17.
Yeah, Ben Cook from Cowra on the inside, Sam Masters, Josh Pickering and Michael West, all 4 riders from New South Wales.
Yes, very strong representation, New South Wales, in this 16 rider field tonight. So Ben Cook in red from gate 1. You're looking at Sam Masters, who certainly can't be accused of not trying tonight.
No, he's looked a little bit angrier tonight, and I guess it's a cumulative anger, I'd say. He's had a rough trot with his machinery and has not performed the way that we would expect or he would expect. So, a little bit of agitation there from Sam.
That being said, North Brisbane has never been a happy hunting ground for him.
No, he's a tight track specialist.
Former national champion in his own right. Here we go. Tapes in the air. Masters gated pretty well, but over on the inside, Ben Cook gated better. Masters got a little uptight. He's shooting up on the inside, Josh Pickering, and Masters says, no, you're not doing it this time, but back he comes.
He did come back quick. Yeah, Pico got a bit out of shape there, and Sam didn't like the look of it.
Oh, this is good Speedway.
They're right into it now.
Look at that, second and third, working each other over. Of course, that's going to help the race leader because you do tend to slow each other down a bit when you're involved in a heated battle. Ben Cook can just concentrate on what he's doing out front, and that appears to be exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, these first turns are getting very interesting. There's a little bit of deep dirt and some rough ground down on the inside, which gives you a lot of drive, but it's very hard to control. That's the reason we're seeing these sort of people getting out of shape coming out of turns 1. And you can see there again, Pico hit it just then.
Yeah.
He tried to ride through it deliberately, but it's very hard to go through and not get out of shape.
Sometimes riding through the ruts works for you, but not always, obviously. Ben Cook, that was a big win. He won by half the length of the straight.
He looked fast, really fast.
Diminutive figure. 3 points, 2 to Pickering, 1 to Masters. Michael West, the donut there, back in 4th position.
Yeah, just watch this first turn. It'll be interesting for the viewers at home. Just watch Masters. Looks like he gets there, but no, Cook just comes under him very nicely. And you see Cook there. See the inside, catches that white line, then Pickering again. And as you said then, Dave, with the ruts, going through them straight is okay, but ruts are generally sheer drive, so you can't hit them too sideways. And you can see Pico, he'll do anything to win a race. I love it.
The Serco race recap. One of the supporters of the sport, Tony and Gavin Ills from Serco. Long association with motorcycle sport. In Heat 18, Rowan Tungate. Red, Chris Holder, blue, Fraser Bowes, white. Jamin Lindsay, yellow. Pretty solid field here. We get towards the business end now. Only 2 heats remain on the other side of this before we determine our semi-finalists and first grand finalists.
Yeah, once the 20 heats are completed, that will mean that every rider has completed 5 rides. The cumulative totals will be worked out by our referee and his staff. And then, as I said earlier, 1, 3, 5 and 7 riders finishing in those positions go into one semi-final, 2, 4, 6 and 8 into the other.
So Lindsay on the outside carried all before him in winning the Australian Speedway Centenary. He was Will Perfect in that event. Here we go, Tungate. He's been looking better as each race unfolds tonight. He's your leader, Lindsay, in the centre of the Speedway, and sweeping by on the outside is Chris Holder. Lindsay comes back at Chris, and now Chris winds it on the outside, looking for a way by.
Oh, vintage Holder. That was a really nice first. Oh, look at Lindsay.
Oh, wow. The body language out there. Are they riding 500cc pogo sticks?
Oh, I tell you what, that little bit of rutted area coming out of this turn is causing a lot of excitement. And you see there, our leader took it on and won there, just shot out. Rowan Tungate's using it to his advantage.
You can hurt yourself when your leg gets dragged back. No good for your groins. Cross the line, yellow flag on display. Rowan Tungate, he's being hunted by Jamin Lindsay, who's giving it everything. Down the back straight. Lindsay from Mildura on the outside. He winds it on. Yes! Oh, yeah. What a ride. The former World Under-21 champion got it done.
Wow, that was just absolutely amazing. And Chris Holder, third. You can't believe he came third after those 2.5 brilliant laps that he rode there to get right up beside Tungate. But Lindsay wins it. Incredible.
The win of the night, the ride of the night so far. Hope you're enjoying highlights of the Australian Championship.
Yeah, just keep your eye on this first turn again. It was a really good start from Rowan Tungate. Lindsay was back in third, cut back under Chris very quickly. It was a nice decision there, and Rowan catches plenty of drive off the back of this. Look at this between Holder and Lindsay there. Geez, they're close there.
That was unbridled chaos.
It gets better here.
Madness. What a ride by Jamin Lindsay. On the outside, the fans love that. So here we go. The penultimate heat. Good field. Max Frick, red. Keenan Rue, blue. Jack Holder, white. Ryan Douglas, yellow. Please.
Yes, a very interesting heat. Ryan Douglas, always a spoiler around here. Jack Holder, Keenan Rue and Max Frick making up the field. There's 2 things at stake here. You've got to get some points and also got to work out the fastest way around here for the semis and finals. So a lot going on.
Max was brilliant in his previous ride. Jack Holder is definitely short of a run. Reminding you, if perhaps you've just joined us, Jack Holder, the defending champion, returning after a fairly long layoff with injury. Don't get me wrong, he's been competitive.
Absolutely.
Douglas on the outside, always worth a look. And Rue's had a pretty good night in the blue helmet colour. Racing, and Frick and Rue, the two red bikes primarily. The lead going through 1 and 2. Frick takes the ascendancy. Up quickly into second now is Ryan Douglas, the Brisbane-based rider. And back in third, Keenan Rue.
I'll tell you what, Ryan Douglas made a gap. There wasn't a gap there between Rue and Max Frick, but he made one. Ryan Douglas in second now. Jack Holder goes up into third.
Yeah, Jack looking pretty aggressive here. Occupying position 3 on the racetrack. He's got Keenan Rue all over him. They run down the back straight again. Max Frick is a clear-cut race leader in advance of Ryan Douglas as they sweep through turns 3 and 4. 1 lap to run, Rod.
Yeah, and Frick really starting to find his groove at the pointy end of this meeting. I think he's got a taste for this outside line. His bike's working absolutely. Look at the style of the man. Unreal.
Yep. Across the line. Great ride, Max Frick. Asserting his superiority there. 3 points. 2 to Ryan Douglas, 1 to Jack Holder. And Keenan Rue was slowing down appreciably as the checkered flag unfolded. May have had a problem in the final stages. Of course, the National Championship staged by Darcy Ward Speedway Promotions. The Serco race recap now.
Yeah, you'll see here, look at this from Ryan Douglas. Makes a gap there between Rue and Frick. He just hasn't got time to wait. He can't afford to tuck in behind him. Knows he's got to get it done early. Got up into second and held on to that.
Good rider. There's Rue just cruising home on the replay. So final heat now, heat 20. Thanks for joining us on Fox Sports around Australia. So James Pearson comes to the tapes wearing the red helmet colour. Brady Kurtz will ride in blue, Tate Ziski in white, and Zach Cook in yellow.
There's a lot at stake in this race. None of these riders have been at the pointy end, so to speak, but as I said, it's a cumulative total. Every point you get is crucial. If you can finish the night with 3 points, despite whether or not you make the semi-finals, I should say, you're just going to get yourself feel a lot better on that long journey from here to round 2.
Yeah, very much so. Every point is golden. So Pearson, he started the night okay. Struggled a bit towards the latter stages of the event. Kurtz worth watching here in the blue helmet colour out of Cowra in Western New South Wales. And well, Pearson, he must have heard me. He began brilliantly and leads. His Kurtz now though, super aggressive on the inside, and Kurtz takes the lead.
Yeah, he's a special rider, Brady Kurtz. He is so good, he really is. He doesn't always show it in Australia for some reason, but he is world class, this boy. And Zach Cook, the fellow Cowra rider, up into second.
Yeah, Zach is Johnny on the spot here. Looking good. In fact, he moves a bit closer to the race leader. Ziski and Pearson are having their own private battle. Further back in the field, disputing third position. There they are now, following through. Yellow flag has been shown. Brady Kurtz the leader. No change in the order. Zach Cook in second. A mechanical problem there for the rider in red. We saw Pearson might have snapped the chain. We saw sparks emanating from the bike midway down the back straight.
Outstanding ride there from Brady Kurtz. Really, really good.
Yep. Oh, he's good, all right.
There's Zach Cook. Another solid ride from him. Tate Ziski picks up the third. And James Pearson, he can't be too hard on himself. Looked a little bit disappointed there at the end, given he had a failure, etc. But gee, he had a good ride earlier in the night, and he'll learn and develop from moments like this.
Yep, that's him in front. Early stages of the race. Being pursued by Brady Kurtz, who decided to get on with it really early.
Wow, and didn't he get on with it?
Yeah, Pearson ran up high on the track, and that was all that Kurtz needed. The invitation, and he accepted it royally.
He did.
Up on the inside.
Absolutely. And here's our totals. After 20 heats, Rowan Tungate 13, Lidsey 13, Pickering 11, Frick 11, Chris Holder, Jack Holder 10 apiece, Ryan Douglas 8, Brady Kurtz 8, and they will be your semi-finalists.
Yep, the top 8. So we now advance to the semi-finals where the top 2 from each of those races will go through. Let's head to the pits.
Thank you very much, David. And Rod Calhoun, you guys are doing an excellent job. Now it's my turn to get these boys set up so they can pick their colors on their semifinal 1s and semifinal 2. And in semifinal 1, we got a winner of this event so far, along with Roland Tungate. We got Jamon Lindsay's coming in to pick his color. And I wouldn't doubt if he would walk away from the inside. He is coming from gate number 1 in the red helmet color, Jamon Lindsay. 2 pick is Max Frick. He comes in straight to gate number 2 in blue. Max Frick, gate number 2. And now we got Chris Holder. Coming up, he's got a choice of the gate number 3 and 4. He's looking at gate 1. She is pretty, but that's not what we're looking for. Got to go for the gates, dude. Yeah, he's thinking hard. He's going to go for the outside. So Chris Holder gets there. Brady Kurtz is left with the gate number 3 in the white helmet color, and that is semifinal number 1. Boys looking good, well done. If you go get prepared for semifinal number 1, we'll bring semifinal number 2 up now to draw their gate positions. And Rowan Tungate is the first to draw. May you pick, please. He goes straight for the inside gate, red helmet color for Rowan Tungate. Josh Pickering has got second choice in semifinal number 2. He goes for the blue and gate number 2. And there's no doubt that the current champ is going to come up now. This is Jack Holder, choice of gates 3 and 4. He goes for the outside in semifinal number 2. And Queenslander, Ryan Douglas, gets gate number 3 in the white helmet color. That's your lineup, guys.
Thanks for being with us. North Brisbane Speedway is the venue. And we now count down to the 2 semi-finals with no little expectation. Top 2 go through. And you'd like to make a comment about the way in which it's panned out with the semis.
Yeah, very interesting in that last heat race. We saw James Pearson quite disappointed after it. James Pearson actually had 7 points going into that last race. He needed a point to make the semis, hence his disgust at the end because he finished last, he had a failure, and that allowed Brady Kurtz, who was also in the race, to get through.
Yes.
And that's the maths of it all. It's that cutthroat.
Yes, indeed. Semi-final number 1. Top 2 only to go through to the grand final. Jamon Lindsay, red at gate 1. Max Frick, blue gate 2. They are both Victorians. Brady Kurtz, white gate 3. Chris Holder, yellow gate 4. Both New South Welshmen.
You'd have to go back a lot of years to find a better semi-final than this in an Australian Championship.
Very good.
Wow, amazing.
Stacked, as they say. So, no shortage of pressure on the 4 riders here. Set for a start. Lidsey on the inside. Frick towards the centre. Got away okay. Lidsey's the early race leader. Now we can see the white helmet colour of Brady Kurtz is very prominent. Frick on the outside. This is really good semi-final sudden death speedway.
It certainly is. I'll tell you what, that was a very clever move from Brady Kurtz, trying to use that inside rut to shoot himself down the back straight. Did not quite work out as Max Frick rides around Lidsey. I'll tell you what, look at the style of this man. Unreal riding from Frick.
Yeah, great ride by Frick. He just got better as the night has gone on, had a couple of setbacks. But as was adequately demonstrated in the pit side interview with Sam, he was not panicking. Knows exactly what he's doing. Good around here, good anywhere for that matter. And Frick on his way to the final. So too is the man in the red helmet colour, Jamin Lindsay, giving a bit of cheek inside the last lap.
He is a very good rider, Jamin. That's great stuff. What a tremendous semi-final.
So Frick and Lindsay go through. Thus, Brady Kurtz and Chris Holder eliminated from finals contention.
Yeah, but still a healthy points haul to take to the next round. So not too bad. Brady finished on 7, Chris on 10. Jamin made a good start. This first turn's just keep your eye on Brady Kurtz. I like this strategy. I think he had it sort of planned out before he got here. Tries to use this rut on the inside. Gets a little bit of drive, but Frick gone. Unreal.
Yeah, loving the outside, isn't he? Can get it done anywhere, Max Frick. Ultra professional, super smooth. There are people that compare his style to Lee Adams, the great Lee Adams. Of course, 10 times victor in the Australian Championship, the most of any other rider.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Peter Carlson, Lee Adams hybrid style, I'd say.
Peter Carlson, Sweden's Milky Bar Kid. So that's another story for another day. Rowan Tungate red, Josh Pickering blue, Ryan Douglas white, Jack Holder yellow. This is a hot field too.
Yeah, it's hot. And yeah, you can expect plenty of action in this one.
Who will join Frick and Lindsay in tonight's grand finale? The Icon Suspension National Championship. So semi-final number 2 is imminent. Oh, rider in gate 2, Pickering. He did get a little roller there, not suggesting it was illegal. Oh, what about that one? Ryan Douglas was heading to another planet.
Wow, we've been talking about that rut for about the last 5 or 6 heats. Douglas may have had a plan. I don't think it worked. Gee, there's some grip there. Look at that. That just shows the brutality of these machines.
Savage stuff. He did well not to come into contact with any other riders.
Yeah, there's been 3 or 4 occasions when there could have been a collision there, but due to the quality of the field, there hasn't been.
Great piece of motorcycle riding by Ryan Douglas. So referee obviously had no option other than to halt the race. So they come back for the rerun now in the second semi-final. So crowd here getting more than its money's worth, or more than their money's worth.
Yeah, what's making these first turns exciting, I've obviously talked about the rut, is there's 2 things at stake. You got to get there, and you got to get out of the turn without losing control in that little bit of rough ground. So you really haven't established being in front until you're halfway down the back straight.
Yeah, and it's adding more pressure too to the mindset, because they all know it's there.
Absolutely.
You've got to concentrate on a good start and get yourself positioned to stay out of trouble. How do you do that? Away, tapes in the air. Rerun of the semi-final. Rowan Tungate best to begin. Quickly away also Jack Holder. Sweeping by on the outside now, Josh Pickering. And out the back is, of course, Ryan Douglas, who we saw dusted, busted and disgusted. First time of asking.
Oh, Pickering's using that rut, I would say, to advantage so far. It's a wild ride, but he went past Jack Holder. You don't see that very often, and he's all over the back of Rowan Tungate. Pickering is one man who does not defend, only attacks.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. Meantime, we glance further back in the field and see that Douglas is putting a big challenge on Jack Holder. Jack comes surging back. That's a good race in its own right for third. Across the line, Rowan Tungate under plenty of pressure. Pickering is stalking him down the back straight, but Tungate got a pretty good run out of turn number 2.
Yeah, very good ride from Rowan. And yeah, equally as good from Pickering, obviously. Jack Holder, I wouldn't say be disappointed. It's been a very, very solid comeback from long-term injury. Ryan Douglas in 4th.
Of course. No, I think Jack has probably achieved tonight what he thought would be possible under the circumstances. As we look at the Serco race recap, Tungate on the inside. Look at this, will you?
Yeah, Pickering got it done early. Really nice ride. Look at this from Holder. Beautiful stuff.
If you don't know, folks, 500cc bikes with no brakes. How brave are these boys? Let's go down to Sam.
Thank you very much, David. Yes, I'm here now. Finally, we get everything sorted out, ready for the grand final. gate picks right now. And first up, we're going to have Roland Tungate. You are the first pick for your gate positions. The 2024 round here at North Brisbane, and Roland Tungate takes the inside gate. Wouldn't surprise me if he wouldn't have done that. But then up second now, we're going to have Max Frick. He goes for gate number 2 in the blue. And the third pick now is going to be Jamon Lindsay. He's got a tough decision here, I think, but he goes straight for the outside gate in yellow helmet color. And Pico, you get what's left, and that's gate number 3 in the white helmet color. And if I can just grab a word, that's your lineup right there. If I can grab a word with Rowan. You got this, how you feeling? You got the inside. Probably a pretty good feeling at this stage.
Yeah, it's I wasn't too happy with my start the last race of gate 1. I still made it, but we changed a few things on the bike to try and get off the line a bit better. We'll see. So yeah, just got to get off to a good start and keep it on for 5 laps.
What's it like out there right now in track conditions?
Oh, it's pretty nice. They put on a good show. The guys have done a good job at the track. Can be a bit hard because you don't know where to ride all the time because after grading and stuff like that. But in general, it's really nice.
Well, you've done a superb job the whole evening, and Rod Cahoon up there kind of said that Max Fricks was the big boy, but I kind of had my eyes on you ever since. Yeah, you're making some good, especially off that gate 4. That was a killer gate there, and I wish you luck for the final, mate.
Thank you very much.
Now the big one is looming. 4 laps of fury come your way. Opening round of the National Championship for Icon Suspension. Rowan Tungate, Max Frick, Josh Pickering, Jamon Lindsay. Full credit to Pickering.
Oh, unreal effort. Yeah, he probably could have budgeted for maybe a top 6 finish in this company. I'm not saying that he's not, a really, really classy rider, but gee, just on sheer guts alone, he deserves his spot in this final.
So Tungate in red, Max Frick in blue, Pickering in white, and Lindsay in yellow. Look, they've all been absolutely 5-star and got better as the night has gone on. Frick possibly entitled to favouritism by virtue of how he's won his last couple of races. Round the outside, super smooth.
Yeah,
but they're all fighters.
Yeah, if he's got a weakness, Max, and I'm not saying that he has, he may not be as aggressive as some others once it gets into the race. He's all right in the first lap, but if he gets at the back, he tends to maybe overthink it. I don't want to, cast aspersions on the kid. He's just such a good rider, but if he gets out in front, wow, look out.
So Tungate in red, Frick in the blue helmet colour. Keep your eye on Lindsay from Mildura, extreme outside yellow helmet colour. Away in the final, opening round of the Australian Championship. Tungate early race leader. Away quickly also Pickering. There's more traffic out there than the M1 motorway in peak hour. Here they come through 3 and 4.
I'll tell you what, Pickering has stopped Max Frick almost to a standstill there. It'd be a miracle if Frick can do anything here, but it's Rowan Tungate. He doesn't look comfortable in front, and Lindsay doesn't look comfortable. Look at this from Frick.
Max Frick winding it on the outside. Got a superb run out of turn 2, and he's taken both riders that were in front of him. Now the fight is on. Tungate knuckles down and comes back at him. But Max Frick looks absolutely superb out there.
If that's not a track record, I will give it away. Get a new watch. Look at this. Lindsay up the inside of Tungate, and Rowan again looking a little bit uncomfortable through turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, and Lindsay making him look a little bit more uncomfortable because he's throwing down the challenge. Max Frick, winner of the opening round in one of the best rides you will ever see. That was incredible. Can't wait to look at it again on the Serco replay. Max Frick, winner of the opening round of the National Championship. Yeah. Tungate, Lindsay, Pickering, well done to all 4.
Unreal race and some mutual respect there. Great to see the handshakes afterwards. This is absolutely a stunning lap. Watch Josh Pickering. I like the move. Cuts back, but here it goes all wrong, straight across here. Frick's forced to shut down, which you just don't see on a Speedway bike. You normally can't make that ground back up, but look at him go.
Cranking on the throttle is Frick. Got the rear wheel in the dirt. And that was some ride by the former World Under-21 champion, triple Australian champion, and Speedway of Nations winner.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous ride from Max Frick, and I've got to laugh at myself before the race. I said he's not much good at coming through traffic. Anyway, unreal stuff, Max. Well done. A really, really good night of racing. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and what a wonderful event we are watching. Down to you, David.
Joan, we'll get a quick chat with you, buddy. Well, congratulations on a great few days up here. You're probably a bit disappointed, but nothing wrong with being on the podium in a field like this.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's always the goal is to finish on top, but you know, against these guys, you know, it's hard work. You know, it was a tough final. There was stuff going everywhere, especially that first corner. So, you know, I'm happy to finish up here on the podium, and there's still 4 rounds to go.
Like to thank your own sponsors?
Yeah, you know, there's many people I'd like to thank, and especially the people helping me to do this Australian Championship. You know, it's a week out of their holidays to do it, so big thanks to my friend Oliver and my brother for coming up and helping, and of course Stevie Viner from up here and coming along for the trip, and you know, lending us his van. So you know, but there's a lot of people I'd like to thank, everyone that helps me over the years, and you know, to get me where I am today.
Rowan, tough night at the office, red hot field. You got to hold your head high.
Yeah, it was the aim, just to plug away and get to the final, and it's the most important to get there and collect the points. So yeah, it's always the goal, and obviously to win is the main goal, but to get to the final is pretty important. So yeah, it's been a bit of a tough road for me. I didn't get back too long ago from Europe, so it's been a bit of a rat race, and having a child recently. So yeah, it's nice to be here, that's for sure.
Well, it doesn't get any easier because you're down to Curry in a few days to do it again, but that'll suit you.
Yeah, Curry's my home track, so I haven't been there for a long time, but it's always nice to be home, and hopefully they put on a good show and prepare the track well, and we'll all be happy.
Max, I'll come to every round and I'll pay triple the entry price to see you do that again.
Well, I hope I don't have to. It'd be much easier if I made some starts and got the meeting off to a little bit of a smoother start. But, you know, after a few changes later on in the meeting, you know, we found something that worked and pretty much stuck with it. So we had good speed in the end there. There was a few hairy moments in that race, so hopefully I don't have to do that too many times in the series. But, you know, it was nice to pull the win off. Did you have a strategy in terms of the way it played out? Was that something you rehearsed in your mind if you found yourself in that position? Was that going to be likely, or did it just happen? Yeah, I think I had plan A, B and C worked out, and I think, you know, even that went out the door when Pico came flying across the front of me. So just kind of made it up as I went, and then, you know, knew I had to make up some time.
Well, what else can you say about that performance from Max Frick? For further information on more events here at North Brisbane Speedway from Darcy Awards Speedway Promotions, please visit Darcy's Facebook page, always updated and plenty of great info.
Yeah, some event this, the opening round of the Australian Championship. Big thanks to Icon Suspension, the principal sponsor. Big thanks to you for watching Around Australia on Fox Sports. And Rod, massive thank you to you for being a part of it.
Absolutely loved every minute of it, Dave. Thanks so much.